Welcome. Today we're diving into a massive and, let's be honest, an incredibly expensive problem in the world of AI, your network. It's the unsung hero, or, all too often, the silent bottleneck of your entire operation.
You know, if you're in IT leadership, this is the question that should be keeping you up at night. Because the answer directly hits your budget, your performance, and ultimately the success of your entire AI strategy. Just think about it for a second. Are your multi-million-dollar GPUs just sitting around twiddling their thumbs, waiting for data to show up?
That's right. Imagine you've got a whole fleet of Ferraris in your data center. Those are your GPUs. But what good are they if they're all stuck on a bumpy, single-lane dirt road? Well, that dirt road, that's your network. It's the fabric that's supposed to connect everything, and it's so often the weakest link in the whole chain.
Okay, so let's really get into this. To figure out the right solution, we first have to get our heads around why these AI workloads are just so incredibly tough on a network, especially when we start talking about storage. Right, so forget everything you know about traditional computing. AI is basically a data-hungry monster. It needs a network that can shovel petabytes of data to thousands of GPUs all at once, and it has to do it without dropping a single crumb. Any delay, any little hiccup, and your whole expensive AI engine just grinds to a halt. Now, for years, the go-to answer in high-performance computing has been this thing called InfiniBand. And yeah, it's definitely fast, but the moment you throw the crazy, unique demands of AI storage at it, the cracks really start to show. And the problem with InfiniBand, it goes way beyond just that big, scary price tag. We're talking specialized, super expensive hardware, a tiny ecosystem of vendors to choose from, and a whole lot of complexity. But you know what the biggest headache is? You often end up having to build and manage two totally separate networks, one for your compute and another for your storage. It's an absolute recipe for an operational nightmare. So, if InfiniBand is our flawed champion, who's the underdog that's ready to step up and take its place? Well, you might be surprised to hear it's a technology you already know and probably use every single day, good old Ethernet. And wow, the contrast with InfiniBand is just stark. Ethernet is all about flexibility. It's about being cost-efficient, and it's built for massive scale. The hardware is way more affordable. There's a huge ecosystem of vendors competing for your business, and with speeds rocketing to 400 and even 800 gigabits per second, it's got the horsepower. But best of all, it can handle all your traffic, compute and storage on one single unified network. You see, choosing Ethernet isn't just about saving a buck, it's about enabling innovation. It opens the door to all this cool stuff like flexible software-defined storage and lightning-fast protocols like NVMe over fabrics. And that's exactly what you need to keep those data-hungry GPUs fed and happy. And that right there is the crucial point. It's this ability to unify everything, the whole shebang, onto a single network fabric. This one move dramatically simplifies the entire AI data center from the day you install it to the day-to-day management. I mean, this is the evolution in a nutshell, right? We're moving away from the absolute chaos of managing two separate, crazy expensive networks to a simple, streamlined future on one single efficient fabric. And for your operations team, man, that means way less complexity, fewer headaches, and more time to actually focus on innovating. The benefits here are just crystal clear. A unified approach, it slashes your hardware and maintenance costs, it makes management so much easier, and it makes sure you're squeezing every last drop of performance out of the hardware you already paid for. But there's a catch. Of course there's a catch. There's been this one kind of hidden weakness in traditional Ethernet that we have to talk about before we can officially crown it the true champion of AI networking. And here it is, the million-dollar question that every single network architect is asking. Because in the world of high-performance AI, dropping a single packet of data isn't some minor inconvenience. Oh no, it is a catastrophe that can bring your entire multi-million-dollar operation to a screeching halt. And the honest answer is a resounding yes. Standard Ethernet, out of the box, it operates on what's called a best effort basis. Think of it like the Postal Service during the crazy holiday rush. It tries its best to deliver all your packages, but it makes zero guarantees they'll all get there on time or even at all. For AI, that is just not good enough. Not even close. So this is the final piece of the puzzle, an incredible innovation called Fabric Scheduled Ethernet. It perfects the technology for the AI era. It basically adds this layer of intelligence that completely eliminates that one critical flaw, making sure every piece of data is delivered precisely, predictably, and with zero loss. Completely lossless. This is the absolute game changer. With this fabric-scheduled intelligence, Ethernet can finally deliver that rock-solid, predictable performance that used to be the exclusive territory of those really expensive, complex alternatives. So what's that mean for you? Well, no more network traffic jams, no more infuriating delays, and most importantly, no more idle, very expensive GPUs just sitting there doing nothing. Okay, so what does all of this mean for the future of your AI infrastructure? Let's put all the pieces together and see what choice organizations are really facing today. At the end of the day, the choice is pretty clear. On one hand, you've got a network that's just a constant burden. It's complex, it's expensive, and it's holding you back. And on the other hand, you have a network that becomes a strategic asset. It's simple, it's flexible, and it's a powerful engine that drives your innovation forward. And really, that's the bottom line. This whole approach isn't just about solving the problems you have today. It's about building a scalable, future-proof platform that can handle whatever crazy AI workloads come next without you having to rip and replace your entire infrastructure all over again. So, as you're planning for the future of AI in your organization, here's the one question I want to leave you with. Is your network an asset that's propelling you forward, or is it an anchor, just holding you back from what's truly possible?